It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please?
And we're off. Now, if you're wondering what is wrong with your television set, there is nothing wrong. In fact, for this match, and for this match only, it is a black and white match, but it's more than that. It's actually a ladder match. It's just that the screen is in black and white, and you know what? Both these men wrestled at a time when there was no color television, actually. Or actually there was, but it was just that black and white televisions were the norm back in the late 60s and for the better part of the 70s. By the 80s, everybody had a color television set. But yeah, this is what a matchup between Bob Barker and Mr. Rogers would have looked like in the early days of this company, really. Mainly the year 1974, 5, 6. You name it, really. But anyway, this is a ladder match, and the first man to grab the briefcase that has a piece of paper that says you're going to move on to the next round. And come on, Bob. Well, finally Bob knocked down the ladder with Mr. Rogers on top. But anyways, like I was saying, in the early days of this company, this is what you saw, a black and white landscape. I mean, even though there was color, I mean, back in the day, I mean, this is what you would see. Now, as far as to tell which man apart, well, Bob Barker is wearing a white suit, while Mr. Rogers is still wearing the red one. Albeit it's much darker because, well, it's a black and white television. That's all you get in this, that's all you got back in the day, really. But anyway, let's just get down to the match itself. But I just thought it would be a great idea to have a black and white screen for this matchup only. A side headlock takedown to Mr. Rogers. So yeah, these two men, like, when the company first began, they had a rivalry that started in 1972 when Bob Barker and The Price is Right debuted. And for 3 years prior, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was on the air. And then Mr. Rogers felt that Bob, as well as the people at The Price is Right, were taking over the time slot that Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood had taken on. In other words, they felt that they were taking away time from children to learn about the, about the lessons in real life, as it was taught in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, like how to make friends, how to get over your anger or something like that. As far as children were concerned, really. As far as the sake of education was concerned, and Mr. Rogers felt that Bob was doing a disservice to children, and Bob was just trying to advance his career after it had stalled, after the game show Truth or Consequences ended about 1965, 64, I forget the exact year, but when the show ended, so did Bob's career. So Bob was trying to get back, make a comeback as far as television was concerned, but what started as a misunderstanding between the two, as far as their television shows were concerned, it turned very, very brutal in a hurry, because Bob and Fred, that's Mr. Rogers, by the way. But yeah, the fact that Barker and Mr. Rogers just went at each other's throats for the better part of 15 years, and it finally came to an end in 1987, and that was like 1 year before I was born. But anyways, what they did for this company is undeniable. I mean, they've done so much for this company, because if it wasn't for them, this company would not exist. I'm just going to say that right now. But anyways, Bob is going to set up the ladder. And a crane kick, something he learned from Chuck Norris. And now Bob is going to climb the ladder. And Bob has done it. Bob Barker is the winner, and he's going to be moving on. And as for Mr. Rogers, well, it's over.